In this video tutorial, I'm going to take you through kneeling cars against rack. So CARS is an acronym which stands for Controlled Articular Rotations. So what we're trying to do here is work on improving your hip mobility. The hip joint is a ball in socket, which means basically it's got a lot of different motions that it can do, 7 to be precise. And this is a fantastic way to help get some more mobility, restore some hip function, and hopefully take pressure off the low back and also the knees. Because if you don't have enough motion here, your body will find a solution and steal movement from somewhere else that shouldn't be doing it, which is generally upstream, lower back, or downstream, knee joint. So this is a very great way to improve hip mobility, but also make sure that you don't cheat. Okay, so that's why we do it against this trusty immovable object like a squat rack. Now I would recommend placing a rolled up towel like I've got, or a soft mat, something for a bit of cushioning in the knee. Alright, this is how we do it. First things first, you've got to make friends with the rack, like real tight friends with it. So the knee is directly in line with the post and it's touching. So my knee, my hip and my shoulder basically are pretty much against it, and I'm hugging the rack here. So this elbow is going to act as a support for my body. I can feel the hip and I can feel the outside of my knee touching the rack at the base. This is what we want. Grab on, hold on for dear life, and then I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to try and bring it around without the foot touching the floor. Brace for impact, here we go. 1, 2, don't let the foot hit the floor. 3, stay against the rack. 4, 5, and that's not me putting it on, that's actually very challenging for me. My hip mobility is quite poor, so this is an exercise and a movement that I've been incorporating more and more because it works. I feel a lot better when I do it, and I just feel generally more mobile in the hip joint. So I've done 5 on that side, I better do 5 on the other, otherwise it's going to be uneven. Knee right against the rack, hand comes around, and I'm going to hold on for dear life here. So if you separate from the rack like this, it means that your body is compensating, your body is cheating. It's trying to find a solution that doesn't involve the hip, which defeats the task of this exercise. So get yourself tall, knee, hip, shoulder against the rack, brace and pin yourself still. So as I do this side, my left hip should be the only part of my body to move, nothing else. So I'm going to work hard, I'm going to make sure I do some good reps here for you. Tall. Don't let the foot hit the ground. Round and back. 1, 2, we've got to get tighter to the rack. 3, 4, head up. Reps not over. 5. Right here, lateral hip. Very demanding. And like I said, it's very demanding for me because my hip mobility sucks. And this is a great exercise for me to improve it. And that's what it's for, is helping to better articulate the joint. Get the hip moving 360 degrees because it has the capacity for 7 movements. And if you're missing 1, 2, 3, 4 or more of those actions, your body will find a solution. It will find an alternative. It will find a workaround. More often than not, if you don't have adequate hip function, your lower back and or your knees are going to take the brunt. Okay, so right there guys, great exercise. 3 to 5 reps each side. Make them high value, make them high quality. Keep your abs on, make friends with the rack, okay? Don't let your body separate from the rack, okay? It's the hip joint coming up and around like so. Okay, make it move. So there you have it guys. That is kneeling cars in the rack.